What if I told you that while 99% of people are planning to start their weight loss journey every year on January 1st, the most successful people, those six-figure, seven-figure earners, they're already implementing a strategy that puts them 5 months ahead of everybody else. And if you're a successful executive, there's an incredibly specific methodology that you can start using today to transform your body before the New Year crowd even gets started. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how it works and why August is your secret weapon. And by the end of this video, you're never going to look at timing the same way. If you're new here, I'm Jessica Lawson, a certified nutrition coach and bariatric specialist, and I've had the privilege of working with dozens of high-achieving professionals who've completely transformed their relationship with food and their weight. And what I've discovered is that the most successful people don't just think differently about business, they think differently about everything, including their health. Here's what this looks like in practice. Imagine you're a VP at a Fortune 500 company. Instead of waiting until January, like everyone suggests, you start now in August at your current weight. And by December 31st, you could be 25 to 30, 35 pounds lighter, walking into holiday parties with complete confidence, while others that didn't take action are dreading them. You'd feel like a secret weapon while everyone else is making excuses and planning what they're going to start doing on January 1st and soon stop doing. So picture being a tech executive who's tried the January approach multiple times. This time, you start in August, and by New Year's, you're experiencing what it feels like to actually begin a year from strength instead of from weakness or desperation for the first time, maybe in your adult life. Or consider being a marketing director who's tired of the yo-yo cycle. Starting in August means by January 1st, you can fundamentally change your relationship with food and your relationship with yourself and your body. You're not just lighter, you're operating from a completely different mindset, like you're playing a different game than everyone else. And what I've discovered working with these high achievers and dozens like them is going to completely change how you think about weight loss timing, because it turns out successful people have been doing something that everyone else isn't. First, let's talk about what people do and why it's setting them up to fail before they even start. Because picture this. It's January 2nd. You walk into the gym and it's absolutely packed. Every machine is taken, the parking lot is full, and you can't even find a locker. The personal trainers, they're booked solid for weeks, and the nutrition coaches have waiting lists. Here's the kicker. Gym memberships cost 30 to 40% more in January than they do in August because they know they've got you trapped in resolution desperation, and that's just the surface level problem. Let's dig deeper. When you start in January, you're not just competing with crowded facilities. You're fighting against 5 months of lost momentum. Think about it. From August to December, what happens? You go through Labor Day weekends, Halloween candy, Thanksgiving feasts, holiday feasts, Christmas cookies, New Year's celebrations. By the time January 1st rolls around, you're not starting from where you were in July. You're starting from potentially 10, 15 pounds heavier than you were 5 months ago. So you're not just trying to lose the weight you wanted to lose originally. You're trying to lose that weight plus the holiday weight that you gained while you were waiting. You've literally made your goal harder by procrastinating. And here's the psychological trap that really, really gets people. January starts with this massive pressure to completely overhaul your entire life overnight. New gym, new diet, new schedule, new habits, all at once. And your brain goes into overwhelm mode. Your willpower gets stretched thin. And by February 15th, this is statistically proven, 92% of people have already given up. Meanwhile, what are the high achievers doing? They're already 5 months into proven systems. They're operating from momentum, not desperation. They're maintaining progress, not starting from scratch. And every single day that you wait is another day that successful people pull further ahead. And the gap isn't just physical, it's psychological. They're building confidence while you're building procrastination patterns. The hidden cost of waiting isn't just the weight you don't lose, it's the momentum you don't build, the confidence you don't gain, and the systems you don't develop. That compounds over time. So why do successful people think so differently about this? Let me break down the executive mindset that separates the six-figure and seven-figure earners from everyone else. First, high achievers understand strategic timing. When does a successful CEO plan their company's quarter one strategy? In December? Absolutely not. They're planning Q1 in August and September, and they understand that preparation creates advantage. The same principle applies to their health. Second, they think in terms of ROI, return on investment. They ask questions like, when will I get the maximum return on my time and energy investment? When will I face the least resistance? When can I build momentum instead of fighting against it? And the answer to all of these questions is August. So let me show you the math that high achievers see instantly, because starting in August gives you what I call the compound advantage. If you lose just 1.5 pounds per week, which is perfectly sustainable and healthy, by January 1st, you're down 30 pounds. And while everyone is making resolutions, you're celebrating results. Here's where it gets really powerful. You're not starting January from zero. You're starting from momentum. By January, you have 5 months of proven habits, a body that's already adapted to healthy routines, the confidence that comes from seeing real results, and most importantly, systems that work for your specific life. Meanwhile, the resolution crowd is trying to figure out which gym to join. They're not even at the point where they're doing anything. Third, successful people understand resource allocation. In August, gyms aren't packed. Personal trainers have availability, meal prep services have capacity, and you're getting premium service and attention because you're not competing with the masses. Fourth, they leverage natural momentum cycles. August and September are naturally routine building months. Kids go back to school, work schedules normalize after the summer chaos, and people settle into structured rhythms. You're swimming with the current, not against it. And here's what most people don't even realize either. This is where I see even smart, successful people make mistakes. Knowing this strategy isn't enough. Having the right timing doesn't guarantee success because execution is everything. See, I've watched plenty of high achievers try to apply business thinking to weight loss and still fail. Why is that, right? Because weight management isn't just about strategy. It's about psychology, physiology, and personalized systems. You can still have perfect timing and still sabotage yourself if you don't have the right framework. That's where most people get stuck. They understand the logic, but they don't have the right methodology. Which brings me to what I call the complete 4-step transformation system. This is the exact methodology that I use with my clients to turn that August advantage into sustained results. And this is not about starting earlier. It's about implementing a proven system that addresses the real issue here is that surgery fixed your stomach, not this. Okay, it didn't fix your brain's relationship with food. And this system is specifically designed for busy professionals who need solutions that work with their demanding schedules. Here's how it works. Step 1 is the reset and reignite system. We start with a root cause assessment to identify exactly why your body is holding on to weight. Then we implement a personalized metabolic reset protocol using real food, no protein bars, no protein shakes that reverses yo-yo dieting damage. We then establish morning metabolism priming rituals and evening anti-grazing protocols, plus surgery-specific meal timing strategies that work with your modified anatomy. Step 2, the effortless nutrition system. This is where we eliminate decision fatigue with what I call the decision elimination framework. We create automatic choices that end food decision fatigue. You'll get a 60 to 90-minute meal prep strategy designed for busy professionals with grab-and-go components and default meal protocols for every situation. 5-minute breakfast, portable lunches, restaurant scripts, and emergency intervention protocols for stress and high-risk situations. Step 3 is the food freedom framework. Here's where we address the brain patterns that surgery couldn't fix. We're going to map out your emotional triggers to identify the exact neurological sequence from trigger to food. You need to learn pattern interruption techniques that can interrupt automatic eating patterns in 0.2 seconds, plus a comprehensive coping strategy toolkit that actually satisfies emotional needs better than food. Then we eliminate the all or nothing thinking patterns that sabotage progress. Step 4 is the long-term success system. This is where we build your personal maintenance blueprint with optimal weight ranges and monitoring protocols. You'll have fail-safe strategies for holidays, travel, and high-stress situations, plus early detection systems that catch 2 pounds before they become 20. Everything is designed for lifelong success with personalized accountability. And this system works because it addresses what other approaches miss. The brain patterns that drive surgery change your stomach, but your emotional eating patterns, your stress responses, and your relationship with food stayed exactly the same. That's why people can regain weight even with a smaller stomach. The brain's still driving the same behaviors. But here's the thing, and this is crucial, because knowing this framework isn't enough. Implementation is everything, and the devil's in the details. And those details are different for every single person, especially bariatric patients who have unique physiological and psychological considerations. And the transformations I see aren't just about the numbers on the scale, it's about the complete life changes. Because I've worked with over 140 bariatric patients who are experiencing regain, and the patterns of success are remarkable. One client told me they went from avoiding looking at themselves in mirrors to taking selfies during trips and thinking, oh my goodness, is that me? And another shared that they can now go out to eat and not feel guilty afterwards and enjoy a moment with a cookie or a cocktail without that voice saying, why did I eat that? Here's the thing, it's not about more willpower. It's not about motivation. It's not some special genetic advantage. What makes you successful after surgery is that you actually address the real problem. It's like having a leak in your pool, but not actually doing anything about the leak. The difference between success and failure isn't knowing what to do. It's having a system that addresses the brain patterns that drive regain, plus personalized guidance to implement it correctly and make sure you actually do it. Because there's always going to be reasons why you don't, right? There's always going to be obstacles. Work gets crazy, travel disrupts routine, emotional triggers hits. The difference is whether you have specific brain-based tools to handle those obstacles or whether they derail you completely. So here's where you are right now. You're at a crossroads. You understand the strategy. You see that results are possible, and you know that waiting until January is playing into the same failed pattern that 99% of people follow. But understanding the strategy and implementing it successfully are two completely different things. You have two paths in front of you. Path one is you can try to figure this out on your own. You start now, which is smart and what I'm telling you to do, but you wing it. You make some progress, hit some obstacles, get inconsistent results, and maybe succeed, maybe don't. Most people who take this path end up in the same place that they always end up, frustrated and starting over in January. Path two is you get the proven system with personalized guidance. You start now with a clear roadmap, specific protocols, and someone who's done this hundreds of times before guiding you through every step. Because here's the reality. It's already late August. If you're going to capture this strategic advantage, the planning needs to start now. And every day you wait is another day of lost advantage. And every day you delay is another day that successful people are pulling further ahead. I see this all the time. People who understand the strategy perfectly, but wait too long to get the support that they need to implement it correctly. And then August turns into September. September turns into October. And before they know it, they're making the same resolutions as everyone else and that they've been making every single year. And this August window is short. Once it's gone for another year. So here's what I want you to do. Opening up a limited number of bariatric success strategy calls this week for high achievers who are serious about making this August their transformation starting point. On this call, we'll determine if you're a fit for my coaching program and create your personalized 4-month advantage roadmap. And I'll assess your situation, identify your biggest obstacles, and show you exactly how to leverage this advantage for your specific lifestyle. The link to book your call is in the description below, and we'll determine if you're a good fit to work together. You'll also get clarity on next steps regardless, right? In 4 months, there's going to be two types of people. Those who celebrate 25, 30-pound transformations and looking forward to maintaining their results. And those who are making the same resolutions they made last year, or worse, the same ones but with more weight regained. The only difference between these two groups is the decision they make in the next 48 hours. And every day you wait is another day that successful people pull ahead. Every day you delay is another day closer to being stuck in the January crowd again. And so the link is below. Book your call now, and let's make sure your August advantage becomes your life advantage. And if this video opened your eyes to how successful people really think about timing and strategy, hit that like button and subscribe because I share these insider strategies every week. Stop waiting, start living your life, and start winning.